Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Create Your Life series, where we help you maximize your potential and results in the area of personal development, entrepreneurship, and travel. And I'm your host, Kevin Y. Brown.
Create your life.
Crée ta propre vie.
Create your life.
创造你的生活。
Create your life.
Crea la tua vita.
Create your life.
Ontstop jouw leven.
You better create your life.
Create your life.
Create la vie.
Create your life.
Create your life.
We actually have somebody here who is a dear friend, and I'm very happy that this guy actually came all the way from Connecticut to show up in the studio. So, Mr. Omar Peel, please say hello to the Create Your Life series family.
What's going on, everybody? I'm happy to be here, with my big brother, Kev. Congrats on 50 shows 1 year. That's a big move, man. Glad to hear. That's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Really appreciate you for even saying that, man, and coming in all the way from CT.
Yeah.
You're an aerospace engineer.
That's right.
Man, what was it like getting to this level of being an aerospace engineer? I just want to be all up in your business for a second, man.
Nah, that's all good, man. It was a struggle. It wasn't easy, but it's something I wanted to do since I was a kid. I was always focused on tinkering with my hands, being in some form of science technology field. And then, looking up, you seeing airplanes, spacecraft, everything going off, wondering how that works and how someone like me can get involved in the field like that. So, my mother was very instrumental in getting me involved in different programs when I was younger. So when I got the opportunity, got a full scholarship to Syracuse to get my master's in mechanical and aerospace engineering. So, I didn't have to pay for anything. So there really was no choice to make.
Right.
So I went on, and there's a lot of long nights, but here we are, reaping the benefits. So it's a great thing.
I know what you mean when you say a lot of long nights.
Right.
So what is it like being an aerospace engineer? Are you a part of nesbe? I know that's like an associate.
Yeah, nesbe. I was involved with nesbe since undergrad back at Hofstra University, National Society of Black Engineers.
Right.
Yeah, so nesbe is a big. I think it's the largest student-run organization in the world.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, the largest student-run organization.
And they do things here in the country and also abroad.
Correct.
At nesbe.
That's right. They have a national conference every year. My first conference I went to, it's not far, but it was in Toronto. So that was across borders in Canada. And I'm pretty sure they travel all over. They have nesbe chapters throughout the world. So yeah, it's definitely an instrumental program. Like any young kids involved in any STEM fields, they should definitely get involved in nesbe because they definitely open a lot of doors. Open a lot of doors for me too.
And so, what are some of the programs that your mother got you involved in when you were younger in order to get you, hands-on with your career or in the STEM field?
Yeah, there were a lot of programs. I can't recall the name of one of them that I went to, but it was a program where we really just, as kids, they would just get us tinkering a lot. So they would give us a lot of projects to get involved with, like little robotics classes, where we went in, we did some programming, we put these little Lego pieces together to make like a little robot in the obstacle course, and then you learn how to program it, and it goes through, and we all had to compete and time ourselves, see who could have their robot go through faster. So little robotics courses, things like that. And then that really just piqued my interest by the time I got to college. I just explored different technical electives that you could take that were involved in similar things, just to hone those skills. And that's really where it shot off.
So oftentimes I feel like it's like a whole cycle, right? When you're younger, it's not necessarily cool to be into STEM, at least back when I was a little bit younger,
That's a fact.
So how was that experience, and now I feel like, dude, you're Tony Stark, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're an engineer, aerospace. So how is that, and how was that experience going from there as a kid, to now as an adult, successful?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's really just having the right people around you. So, like I said, my father was great too, and everything like that. But my mother was real hard on what do you want to do? You can't do anything basic. You know, like you have to figure out what do you want to do. And
Because you're from Brooklyn, right?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, East New York.
And your family's West Indian, so they don't play that.
Yeah, my mother's from Haiti. You know, so
Right.
so it was a big thing from when I was a kid. Just like, you know, what do you want to do? What is your focus? And I'm like, I'm good at science and math. You know, a lot of kids in my classes weren't really good at math. You know, it's not math and science is a tricky subject for a lot of people.
Right.
But me and my sister were both good at it. But I didn't want like a desk job. I didn't want to do like finance, anything like that. I wanted to work with my hands. And she said, if this is what you want, you need to, you know, pick a field that really lets you explore that and could really, you know, help you out in the future and, you know, you could do big things with. So we found engineering, and it wasn't really hard for me to choose. That's what I wanted to do and stick with it. You know, she was serious about it. She said, you know, I'm going to support you in any way possible. So you need to just make sure you grind. You go to whatever school you want. Just get good grades and get a scholarship and go on. You know, so.
Got you. So for anybody who's aspiring to make it to your level right now, because what is your title now and what company do you work for?
I work for United Technologies out in Connecticut. They're based in Connecticut, but it's a global company. It's Fortune 500. I think it's in the top 50 actually for aerospace companies. I work as a service mechanical engineer.
Okay. And what kind of things do you service?
I work on both commercial and business jets. So the commercial jets that take you, you know, international from North America to Europe, and also the business jets that the rich people fly on, the smaller jets, smaller engine jets. So all those things, we have different components on them that I try to work on. So anytime we have issues in the field with any of those components and they come back to the company, my team, we take hold of it, we run the investigation, do the root cause analysis on getting those set, getting those situated, run through the testing data, find out what's going on with those, and then we get them back in the field, ready for action.
Give us 3 things that you would want somebody who's trying to pursue your career field or be like you. What 3 things would you tell them?
Got you. 3 things. First thing I would say is don't limit yourself to a certain schedule on saying, you know, when you necessarily need to have things done by, because, you know, flexibility is one of the most powerful concepts to understand. You need to be flexible in anything that you are really passionate about. So, I mean, my passion for engineering and my flexibility to allow it to happen and run its course when it does was one of the things that, you know, made me successful in it. Outside of flexibility, really, I would say having the drive and the focus on what you want and not being too wishy-washy. It's good to experiment as a kid, because as a kid, you're going to experiment. You're not going to know what you want to do. But you need to have an open mind to, you know, different things. But once you find what you want, you got to be serious about it and really make sure you put forth all the effort you can into making it successful.
Okay. Well, Mr. Peel, I want to say thank you so much for coming on, man, and spending some time with us here at the Create Your Life series.
No problem, man.
And definitely look forward to having you in the studio again and dropping some jewels like that, man. I really appreciate you.
Most definitely, man. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful people, if you enjoyed this episode of the Create Your Life series, be sure to download it from our podcast, which is available on createyourlifeseries.com, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Google Music. Also, be sure to leave a review of the podcast. You can catch us live on Sundays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via 90.3 FM in New York, or on Facebook Live at facebook.com/KevBrown1. We encourage you to participate in the conversation on Facebook or call in at 212-650-6903. Follow us on Instagram at CYLS Series and at Kevin Y. Brown. Be blessed, and we'll see you back here live next week.
Create your life.
Crée ta propre vie.
Create your life.
创造你的生活。
Create your life.
Crea la tua vita.
Create your life.
Ontsteek jou lewe.
You better create your life.
Create your life.
Create la vie.
Create your life.
Create your life.